Hi everybody, I'm Doc Shocker, and welcome to Alan Wake. In our last episode, we managed to get through the radio station and continue our run on the lam, traveled to the train station, fought one mean bulldozer, and made it through until morning. We're now currently on the way to the coal mine to speak with the kidnapper and hopefully make a deal that will get us back in contact with Alice. That said, we're still kind of in a very... I'm exploring, having fun. It's been a little while since I last played this game. I mean, I've beaten it. I've beaten Alan Wake a number of times now. Probably 3 or 4, maybe. No pro by any stretch of the imagination. Excuse me. Little frog in my throat. But I still like casually playing it. I love the narrative of the story. Which brings me to the question. Would those of you viewing this video be at all interested in a longer format, possibly 1 hour length videos on Saturdays and Sundays, as that's typically when I post them, instead of half an hour format? The only reason I really go for the half an hour is simply just it's the YouTube effect. Usually in terms of getting viewer minutes, you want to keep within the 20 to 30 minute range. 20 preferably to 30 even. But I really don't have any problem mouth breathing into a microphone for an hour of video, giving you a solid 2 hours of my dulcet tones on the weekends. But again, I entirely, leave that to the discretion of people, who are following this series. None of you probably.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that too. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soul.
Not really, no.
You were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me that's strange because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's going forever, and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? Hey, there's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
Well, what he's speaking of is the fact that Cuckoo Bird, Nightingale, basically took a shot at me, and basically I was standing in a room with Pat Main, the DJ at the radio station. Nightingale took his pot shot, and it was what you would easily call a near miss. Maybe even kind of grazed poor Pat. Which Pat's a cool guy. He's one of a handful of just top-notch characters in this game. I think I can't praise it enough, much to probably people rolling their eyes about how good the narrative of this game is, but it's just so rock solid that I keep coming back to it and enjoying playing it every time. So, let's see. That's not where we want to go, so this is where we want to be. Yes, yes. A little exploration, because you never know what you're going to find when you look through these little buildings and all that sort of thing. And who knows, we might even be back here at some point in the future. And may not have the opportunity to look around. We might be dodging some sort of pickaxe-wielding no-goodnik. And we found a manuscript page.
For Mott, spying on the writer in the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much.
Now, I think Mott would be our, well, not our kidnapper, the kidnapper that we're currently on our way to go see in hopes of getting Alice back. But see, if we hadn't stopped along the way, we would have never known that Mott had spied us on the ferry and all of that. Looks like it's starting to get a little darker already, which is kind of crazy. Days are short out here. The bright... Whoa, let's... Come on. Back up. Back it up. Back it up. The Bright Falls Coal Mine, Washington Mining Corp. Alright, so we've got some porta potties.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Oh, I hope I didn't cannibalize that text. That'd be kind of crappy. While there were some earlier residents in the area, the true genesis of the town of Bright Falls came with the founding of the Bright Falls Mining Company and the opening of the Bright Falls Coal Mine in 1878. Although the work was hard and dangerous, many immigrants, Germans, Poles, Italians, Finns, and Swedes, among others, worked the mines. So we're going to get a little history lesson about the mine, it would appear. While lucrative at first, the mining steadily declined in the 20th century. The seams were rich but hard to get at, and the volcanic activity in the area made the mine shafts particularly dangerous. Here's our look-see. We've got pickaxes and all sorts of other devices undoubtedly used in mining. Blowtorches and satchels and... Is that a pipe wrench? I'm not sure even what that is. A holster of some variety? The museum entrance. And another page of our journal. Our manuscript. Yeah, manuscript.
With the nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
Listen to Pat. The guy knows his stuff. In 1970, a volcanic eruption below Cauldron Lake, while relatively minor, caused most of the deep mining tunnels to collapse or flood. 32 miners lost their lives in the calamity, and all mining around Bright Falls came to a final stop. Now many of the remaining buildings are protected as historic landmarks. The more you know. Dum dum dum. Probably shouldn't even hummed that because I'm probably going to be under copious amounts of scrutiny.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around
You
by
want
you.
to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
You'd
had to get
probably
to
be doing him
Mirror
a
Peak.
favor.
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Alright, so we've got full shotgun, we've got full pistol. We are, I think, packing all the batteries we can. So here we go again. On our own. Going down the only road I've ever known. Something, 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 something. Manuscript.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
Well, it's always important to find inspiration where we can. Alright, so we have got a dumpster full of revolver ammo. Love it when they do that in a game. You die already, thank you. Alright. Whoa! Dirty trick. I'm calling dirty trick. Dirty trick. Good job, propane tank. Your sacrifice will not be in vain. I will never forget you. Haha, flashbangs. Alright. Anything over here? Probably certain death. So we have a ladder we can traverse. Something trapped inside of there. That's super. I don't know. Can we lock in on it? That is negative. I'm sure we'll meet the contents of that soon enough. Don't think I want to drop that in there. But I think the flare will do okay for us. Yeah? No? Yeah. Oh, come on now. Okay. Problem sorted. Alright. Now, I think this segment of the game actually features an achievement that I have yet to get and will not probably be getting this time around. But I think there is an achievement for getting to Mirror Peak in, I think, 30 minutes or something. Maybe that's a different section of the game I'm thinking of, though. Let's see. Okay, we've got a shed over here. We've got stairs down there. Can I get in there yet? No, that is from the other side. Got a Jeep. That's going to be helpful eventually.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Well, let's see. We've got a whole bunch of power line heading over that way, so I think we'll probably be heading over that way. Hopefully not dying in the process. That would be really bad for us, I think. We win. Car versus evil, car wins. Alright. Then we'll head on up here and grab this. Alright. Make sure we've got all that stuff going on for us, because I have a feeling when I kill the power, that light is going to go out. And then it will be curtains for us all. No? Let's see. Yep, there it goes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that was bad. But I also sort of sensed it was coming, so let's see. I don't know if I can get one of them propane tanks from here. I can. I don't think it really did a whole lot of good for me, but I can do it. Oh, I'm a ways out here now. Make sure we're not getting anybody sneaking up on me. Yeah, we need to put the dodge on that as best we can. Okay, not seeing any guys over here, so I think we're kind of in the clear for the next 10 seconds or so. At least we'll hope. Alright, looks like our screeching wind has stopped, so I think we can take a moment and catch our breath. A slight bit of an intense fight scene there. Alright. About broke even on that. Then let's double check over here, see what we're missing. Head detected. Mayhaps we missed something there. Let's see, this is where we came in. So yep, we're going through that door. How very, very kind of the game to point us in the right direction. Trust no one in the dark. Can I trust a rainbow in the dark, though? I think that's the pressing question here. Well, of course, there's a strange red glowing chair. With no discernible source of light. Follow. Manuscript page.
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the Dark Presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
So I have simply been touched by the darkness. Let's see. I don't think I can jump over that at all. There's no opening there. Not that it would probably serve even the most remote of practical purposes to do so. Alright, so we've got a vehicle over there. Okay. Let's hide in here for a second. Revolver ammo. Batteries, negative. Alright. Let's get that gate open. Still don't need the batteries. Some flashbangs.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were Standard Power Company equipment.
You don't know, Al. You don't. You just don't. No, I didn't think I could push through that. Would have been interesting had I been able to, I guess. At least sort of interesting, maybe. Lots of black ichor. See if alright, yeah. So if we kind of pump our light a little bit, it seems like we can sort of burn up that stuff a little quicker. Okay. My aiming is a bit off. I'm not entirely sure, but I do think headshots actually do more damage. Alright. I know I should probably have a guy off to my right. Yeah. That was a hard thug right there. I do not like you, sir. Okay, there we go. Man, that consumed a lot of my resources right there. But I suppose I don't have much choice in the matter. I mean, I got to fight to survive, or I'm starting over. Probably could have dropped one flashbang of the 5 I've got and been good to go, but again, in the last episode.
The jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
Well, the plot thickens. That is not an evil bird. So we've got a light down here. But I think we're going to head back up there. But I think this will be a good enough spot to leave off for this episode of Alan Wake. If you've enjoyed the video, please be sure to press the like button down below. If you have any comments, questions, or critiques, in particular about if you would like a longer format Alan Wake series, please leave that in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. This has been Alan Wake. I'm Doc Shocker. You've been great. Happy gaming.